Your pillow situation looks really comfy.
Thank you. I did it myself. This is actually just how it was left last time. I think I found my
Your
my
groove?
pillow groove.
I need to get there.
So you got to create a corner. Or that. That actually looks nice.
No, this is great.
Yeah. Maybe we should get more pillows. What do you guys think? Should we get more pillows? Yes. I answered for them. We're gonna get more pillows.
Should we get them embroidered with our names?
In the year?
Sure.
That's cute.
We add the year every New Year's.
That's really cute. We should get an embroidered pillow.
Okay.
We'll look into it. Hey, everybody. There's an
It's
intro. What's up, guys? Hey, everybody. It's Bunny. That's
hey everybody,
it.
it's Bunny.
Graveyard Girl. If you know, you know. That was like the first YouTuber we ever watched.
Yeah.
Ever.
Her shoe hauls?
Yes.
Or
And the way she jumped.
Yes.
And it'd be like the way she tested them. God, she's so cute. She's still I think she's on TikTok. She was on my For You page. Watch now. She's going to be on yours.
I hope so because I haven't seen her yet.
Yeah. She's really cute on TikTok. Same vibe. I respect her.
She's consistent.
Not changed. Yeah. She's so consistent. Her personality, A1.
I feel like we could be friends.
Oh, I have a boo-boo on my knee. Don't
What?
laugh.
Why?
I don't know. I just noticed it.
Wait, I feel like you noticed it a couple days ago and you're like, oh, it's because of this. Well, what was it from?
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. Do you guys like my socks?
I got some fuzzy wuzzies on.
We should start every episode with talking about our socks.
Okay.
These are mine, and they are green and white and gold, and then I matched it with a green sweatshirt. It's a Mac Miller sweatshirt, actually, because today is his birthday, and happy birthday, Mac, and it's also my grandma's birthday.
Oh. Does she like green?
She likes plants.
Okay.
Look over that. I remember asking my grandma, like, what's your favorite color? She said she likes them all.
That's a cute
She would.
answer.
She totally would. Like,
I
if
like
you know
them
my
all.
grandma, she would just love all the
Yep.
colors. She loves them all.
I'm wearing some cream colored fuzzy socks.
Those aren't cream. That's white.
I would call this eggshell.
Okay. Comment down below how wrong Alex is. Go on.
We argue about colors a lot.
That's the only thing we ever argue about, you guys. Like, there's something
There's something in our eyeballs that
are
just
just
doesn't add up.
different. Yeah. We see colors so differently. Wow. But yeah, she's wearing white socks and an Ariana Grande
Yeah.
little crew neck. We're wearing Mac and Ariana today.
On the way here, we were listening to The Way.
Yeah. That's not why we wore this. We were already wearing it.
I know.
Oh my God. Guys, I'm not here today, and then Alex is like really happy, so I feel like you have like opposites right now. Like I don't know, man.
I feel like
I almost feel high right now.
I probably feel like when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, just like the first day, they're so happy and excited. That's how I feel right now.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just like imagining.
They're
that's how
probably
they
really
feel.
scared.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be. Anyway, let's get into song of the day.
Okay.
I'll go first. Mine's Juice by Young Franco
I
and
knew
Pell.
you were gonna do that song. 'Cause
Yeah.
you put it on your story today.
I did.
and I listened to it.
This is good, huh?
good.
It's a really good song. What's your song of the day?
So I finally got Bob Marley on vinyl. So I will do Satisfy My Soul
There we go.
by Bob Marley.
We have a playlist on we're playing footsies right now. We have a playlist on I just drooled Spotify and Apple Music. It's Oddvice our favorite songs. Go listen to it. We add all of our songs of the day there, so go check it out. So, episode 22.5, here we are. Episode 22, we told a crazy
story.
fucking story.
And it seemed like you guys liked it.
Yes,
The
which we love.
format, at least, and the anticipation.
Mm-hmm. A lot of you guys were talking about how well you reacted, Alex.
Oh.
A lot of the comments were like, I would have never been that calm. Oh my gosh. Like, what the hell? Go Alex. So
Thanks, guys. I seriously blacked out for my whole reaction part of the that night. So I'm glad to know that I was I reacted as well as possible.
that's just who you are to your core. You're gonna act how you actually are, and you're that nice of a person. So
Yeah.
you're gonna. Does
Thank
that make
you.
sense?
That's
You know,
sweet.
like it'd be out of pocket if you were any other way.
Right.
Like you acted how I'd expect you to act, which was you handled it perfectly, like you guys all said too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. We asked you guys to send in, what do we say, like any crazy like prank call stories you might have, or like kind of
Connection
stalkery
stories.
Yeah, coincidence stories, because we talked a little
Coincidences.
bit about how my grandma's birthday was coming up and everything, and signs from the
Family members on the
family
other
members.
side.
I actually found one story that one of you guys told. Should we start with that, since
Yeah,
that was
because
kind
I
of
have one too.
Okay, let's talk about like the coincidence stories.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ready? Okay, I have a coincidence entry, not a creepy stalker one. So my brother passed away in 2009 in a motorcycle accident, very unexpected. I have been having a very bad time mental health-wise and decided to play Sims 4 and decompress yesterday. I couldn't think of a last name for my character, so I just had it randomly generate, and the last name that popped up was Lance. A wave of comfort spread over me, and I felt this sense of peace ever since. It was like he was saying, "Hey sis, I'm still here watching out for you. Thanks for reading. If this makes it in, my name is Wanda, and it's spelt really pretty. Juanda.
Whoa, I've never seen
unique.
it spelled that way. That's so pretty. Wow, what a cool
Wanda.
story.
Oh,
that
if that happened, because Lance is for a last name.
Yeah, that's not like a super common. It's not like
Yeah.
Brown or like just like a
No.
stand
For a
Jones.
generator to pick that
Yeah.
name. Whoa.
That's
That's
nothing's a coincidence.
crazy.
That absolutely was him. I
Yes.
heartedly, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Full-heartedly believe that was absolutely him. That's so great. I
Oof.
love that. This one, I think we're gonna keep it a non. Yeah, they didn't specify. Hi, Kristen and Alex. I love listening to the podcast and especially love the new set. Before I had even gotten through this episode, I knew I needed to share this. Kristen had mentioned signs from her grandmother. I've also lost my grandma a few years ago now. She was the literal light of my life, and her anniversary is coming up in February. Right before she had passed, I was sitting next to her in bed, holding her hand, and she looked over at me and told me not to cry anymore because she's headed to a good place. She told me that when she reached there, she would send me flowers to let me know that she had made it. The day after she passed, I got a phone call from my mom saying that my $5 cactus from IKEA that I have had for the past 3 years was blooming. It had 3 little flowers and continued to bloom for the rest of the week. Since then, this cactus has followed me to my new apartment and has yet to bloom.
Whoa.
Yeah. I like choked up reading that. I don't know if you noticed that. I was like, try not to cry right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that. That's amazing.
Like,
Wow.
I feel like the life like transferred.
Yeah.
This is a transfer of life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
The fact that she said it too. I don't think I've told you guys this. No, I don't think I've said it on the podcast. So when my grandma passed, she told my grandpa, I will swing the swing. She has a swing in her backyard. I'll swing the swing,
Yes.
in the afterlife
As a sign.
And it was like less than a week after she passed. 2 random things, actually. First of all, this cat just like showed up. This like stray cat, and like walked into the house and like sat where she used to sit at the table, and it's still there till this day. I met the cat on Christmas. The cat does not leave. The cat lives in this house now, sits on her swing all the time. But let me go back to the swinging for the first time. It was the first time he saw the cat. The cat hopped on it, got down, and it just kept swinging.
Oh.
The swing just
my
kept
God.
swinging. Even though the cat was off it, like the momentum was gone, like it kept swinging. So yeah, that shit's fucking real. Have I told you that? This cat.
I think you briefly told me about the cat, but not the swing connection.
Oh my gosh, this cat is so chill. When we were there for Christmas, like I was saying, my sister and I and my grandpa and my mom were in my grandma's room just going through like her jewelry and stuff. This is her ring. I have a watch on from her. I like grabbed so much cool shit. And the cat came and sat on the bed and just like watched us. Yeah.
It's her.
No, it's her. Like everybody in the family knows it.
Jesus.
But like none of us have really said it, but like,
and for it to be a cat too.
Exactly. Like it's, I love it. I love it so much. I'm glad we start with those stories. Today has been, I'm not like sad because it's her birthday. Like it's birthdays are amazing. I'm not sad, but I do feel a sense of like calm. I feel like I've been really calm all day.
I was gonna say you've You've been very like it seems like you've been very content with today.
Content, yes. A little tired. Like I feel a little emotionally exhausted, but I stayed happy today. I mean, I woke up, I had rose incense going to completely soothe my heart chakra, and I had Fleetwood Mac going like all morning because that's my grandma's like shit right there. And no, it was a good day, but this is my first time experiencing a birthday of someone who's passed. It's weird.
It's a weird celebration.
It is weird because it's like birthday, but you're not here. I don't know. It's all new to me. I appreciate you guys letting me kind of talk about it on the podcast.
You're handling and dealing very well.
Thank you. So now we're going to get into the scary stories.
Okay, I'll start with this one because it's really funny. And it's kind of like coincidency.
Okay, good. A little segue.
Right. Oh my gosh, I loved this week's episode. Probably my favorite so far. I literally was on the edge of my seat the whole time. It also made me think of this weird thing that happened to me in high school. It wasn't super crazy, scary, drastic like Alex's story, but it still kind of freaked me and my friends out in the moment and is just really funny now. So I remember it was May of either my freshman or junior year in high school. I grew up in a really small town, like where you have to drive 10 to 15 minutes on a highway past fields before you get into the next small town. The nearest big city was 35 minutes away. Anyway, this one afternoon in late May, my sister and I went to this big city with two of our friends, one of them being my best friend in high school. It was graduation day, so we were shopping for clothes to wear that night. We went to Starbucks to get a drink in between stores, and when we were there, we got a call. My best friend got the call, but the person who called asked to speak to me by name. They said, "Is Hannah there?" Which is kind of a common name, but still. So my friend handed me her phone and said somebody wanted to talk to me. She obviously didn't have the number in her phone, but it wasn't a star 67 call because there was a number. I took the phone from her and said, "Hello?" Then the person calling started yelling at me about how I was already 2 hours late to pick up my breakfast tacos. Huh?
What?
She went on and on about how I ordered 35 breakfast tacos to be picked up that morning and then never came to pick them up. She had my friend's correct phone number for the order, so it wasn't a misdial, and my first name for the order. But obviously, we did not order 35 breakfast tacos. Anyway, she kept yelling about how I had to come and pick them up now or she was going to call the cops. Well, during all of this, we Googled the number and it was from a Mexican food place in one of the neighboring towns to the one we lived in. I finally just hung up on her because she was being so mean and because I did not order 35 breakfast tacos. The whole thing was very bizarre and weird and definitely freaked us out as high schoolers because it was my friend's number and my name and we happened to be together and she said she was going to call the cops. Anyway, this story always just makes me laugh when I think about it now, and listening to this week's episode made me remember. I've loved the podcast so much so far and have really enjoyed the video ones. The set is super cute, the playlist is perfect, and I'm so excited to hear the stories other people submit this week.
Yay. Thank you. Okay.
35 breakfast tacos?
But hold on.
But the phone number attached to the order and the name attached to the order.
I think it was a prank call, and I think someone used one of those apps that like switch your phone number. Like phone gangster. Yeah, I think that's what happened. But what shocked me while you were reading that, I just remembered something.
Talk to me.
My sister and I, like the day my grandma passed, we ordered tacos and we never picked them up because she passed. So we like obviously never went. It was like right before she passed, we ordered them for lunch. But then she ended up passing that afternoon, and we never went to pick them up. So when she's, I don't know, it was just like a weird it was another weird coincidence. Yes. Tacos. And
that were never picked up.
We were talking about breakfast tacos today, me, you, and Leanna, because Leanna's been making breakfast tacos like every morning. Oh my God, guys. Coincidences.
Breakfast tacos are in the air. 35 of them.
I smell them.
Yep.
Ooh, actually sounds
fire.
so good.
Daniel's Tacos.
Oh my God, let's go after this.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Fire.
Wild story, but I think they used phone gangster.
Damn.
Sorry.
Can we just like pretend that it's like a weird coincidence?
But what's the coincidence? You know, like it'd be different if like, oh my God, my grandma owned a taco place. Like what's, you know, like what's the, I think someone was just pranking you. I'm just.
crazy
Sorry.
though.
It's
Imagine
definitely
like getting
weird.
that call.
And for them to be so mean about it, I'd be
Yeah.
like,
35 tacos.
I damn near go like, okay, I'm coming. I'll pay for that. Please stop. Okay, next one. Okay, so when I was in high school, I used to always go on this app, YouNow. Do you know what YouNow is?
No.
It's like a live streaming thing. I'd always make a bunch of friends. I was super careful about what I shared. I would never say what city I'm in. I'd only say I was from SoCal. I never even say what high school I went to. So I end up making this friend. I think he was like 19 to 23. I was like 15 or 16. We Snapchat back and forth, just regular combos. According to the Snap filters, he was from Texas. Whatever. So eventually I lose interest. I just stop answering. He would see me on Kick too. I would see his messages, but I wouldn't open them. I probably didn't answer him for like 3 days. And then one day on Kick, he sends a picture. Out of curiosity, I open this picture. And it's a picture of my freaking house. Keep in mind, I literally live in the middle of nowhere. Like, we have to give the cops directions because the GPS doesn't even work. So I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm 15. If I tell my mom I was talking to a stranger on the internet and he sent a pic of our house, she'd flip out. So I just said, "What is that?" Trying to act dumb. He says, "LOL, your house." I said, "No." Smart. That was very smart of you. He said, "Oh, really? You don't live on insert street name." I blocked him on everything. So I'm assuming the street name he said was right, obviously.
Right.
I continued streaming on YouNow regularly. He would watch my streams and comment, "Why'd you block me? I just want to be friends." I couldn't figure out how to block him on there, so I'd see him watching my streams and just try to act like I didn't see the comments. He even started commenting on my YouTube videos, stuff like, "Can we be friends? Are you mad at me?" For months. Nothing ever happened, but I lived in fear for years.
Yo.
That's terrifying.
I wonder if she had her like Snap geolocation on. And he found, I wonder, was it a picture that he had taken? Because he was in Texas, you know what I mean? Was it a picture he found on the internet of like
a
Google Maps?
Right.
Or was it one where he was like outside your house?
Yeah, please update my Australian, update us on that, because
that's crazy.
That changes things, like which one was
right.
it. But either way,
you
they're both
handled it
fucking
really
scary.
well.
Yeah, for sure. I am a little shocked that you kept streaming. I feel like I would be really scared of the platform at the point, but like, you have no fear. You're a boss bitch. You fucking got it.
I feel like I would have caved and like went to my mom crying and been
too.
like, "We have to go to the cops.
We have to move. Change our names."
Literally.
I would. I would delete my YouNow account because I would immediately think like he tracked
IP address or something. Yeah. Hell no.
Nope.
Okay. Next one. Oh my God, just listen to the crazy stalker prank call episode. Not gonna lie, it was an intense way to sip on my morning coffee, but I don't know where to even start because this stalking situation was beyond me. One, this low-key may be a Asian issue because both my boyfriend of 3 years and I are half white Asian. Two, a restraining order is involved.
Oh, shit.
Back in 2016, my boyfriend Jay was a sophomore in college and I was a junior at a different university. He was part of a student association that was on the campus at the time. A girl who he briefly met through the association started to follow him around. Innocent crush, right? I mean, if a little crush involves turning up at all the places he'd frequent on campus, memorizing his class schedule based on what buildings he'd walk in and out of on a daily basis, and following girls he'd start talking to, then yes sirree, that's a big fat crush. He wasn't super intimidated since he's 6'3", and this girl was like exactly 5 foot, but he didn't grasp how serious this was getting. After a few months of all of this happening nonstop, and he let her down nicely several times, she started to tell people he was cheating on her when they had never dated or exchanged more than a few words in the first place. She had fabricated this whole entire Twilight level drama about a love triangle and was obsessed with where Jay was, who he was with, and what he was doing. It got to the point where she wouldn't leave him alone, and friends convinced him to reach out to the school about it. A restraining order was drawn up, and she was sentenced to mandatory counseling. She withdrew from the school, and nobody had seen her since. It doesn't end there. Fast forward to spring break of 2018. Jay and I got together. He's from my hometown, so it was bound to happen. a girl started following me on Instagram. I didn't have a following or anything like that, but didn't think much of it since we were partying with a bunch of his student association friends, and we'd all been following each other on the gram. But within a day, I saw several of my old photos had been liked. These were on the bottom of my Insta feed, which means that this girl went through well over 200 photos. Ooh. I thought maybe they were innocently going through my feed, like no big deal. Then I see this girl has friended me on Facebook, followed me on my dead Twitter, and even followed my godforsaken Pinterest. Guess who it is? I thought this was a little weird, so when I was hanging out with my boyfriend, I mentioned that this girl followed me and liked my old photos, so I showed him her profile. We've been together for years now, and it's still the only time I've seen his eyes go this wide. He said, "Remember when I told you I was being stalked and had a restraining order put out? Yeah, that's her. Not to scare you, but block her and let me know if she tries anything else." He was pretty protective of me and my social media postings for a bit, but now it's 2021 and I still have her blocked. Mental illness shouldn't be taken lightly, but damn, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared for a good 6 months into dating my boo. Thankfully, we moved out of his college town last year and we are safe and sound in our new home, stalker free. Love you ladies and the pod. Lots of love from Washington, D.C.
Whoa. That
2 years is
that's a long time.
time.
It also gives me like another point of stalking that like we forget about is then it like if someone's being stalked, now it affects any future lovers they have. Like if it's one of those type of stalk things, like, and
for them not to have any kind of history, like what was her motive for him?
It's hard. It's hard to know. You can't pinpoint it, but it's hard to know like that's where the stalking comes from too. Like if it is mental illness, then it might not have this one motive. It's just kind of like a tendency or whatever the case is. One thing that stuck out to me that I thought was a positive was the school giving mandatory counseling.
Yes,
that's great. That's not just like get out of the school and you're on your own. It's like we want to try and help you.
Right.
I respect that. I think that's really amazing. Scary though. I'm glad you're safe.
Yes.
Okay, next one. This one's pretty long. My next two are actually really fucking long, but they're worth it. Hey guys, love the podcast. Just listened to episode 22, and Alex, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Unfortunately, I've been on that side of a situation like that as well, but mine was an actual stalker from when I was in college. Basically, it started when I met this guy at a party in college through mutual friends. I was there with a few of my friends who introduced me to him, Brady. He seemed super sweet and nice, and I never thought he was cute or anything. I did, however, get another guy's, Andy's, number while we were there. I didn't realize Andy and Brady were roommates at the time, but they were. A few days after the party, I got a snap request from Brady, and I accepted, thinking nothing of it. Within seconds of accepting it, he snapped me, and I responded asking how he was. We talked for a little, and then I went into class. After getting out of class, I opened my phone to see Brady had added me on every social media account I had, including LinkedIn. Like, what the fuck? I ignored it, but messaged my roommate saying how weird it was. I never responded to his new Snapchat or the Insta DM he had sent me. A few more days passed, and at this point, I totally forgot about this guy existing. That was until I started receiving multiple calls from a blocked number. I thought it was spam, as everyone does, until a few days later, the first voicemail was left. It was 23 seconds long, and the only noise on the other side I can describe was heavy breathing and footsteps.
Oh, God.
Slightly alarmed, I messaged my roommate again, and she was like, "Girl, that's creepy. Maybe try to pick up next time to figure out who it is." Then a week goes by, and I receive text from a number I don't have in my phone saying, "Why do you keep ignoring me? I like you. I like you a lot." At this point, I was fucking freaked out and called my friend Quinn to see if he could figure out whose number this was. We went to an engineering school, so this guy was in cybersecurity and good at finding info like that. That's so dope. That's so nice. Later at night, I got another call, and this time I picked up. The guy on the line said, "I see you got my message about ignoring me. You look nice tonight. Going anywhere?" I hung up at this point crying. I had been standing at my bedroom window when I answered the phone in my outfit to go downtown that night. Whoever had just called me had seen me. I was sure of it. At the time, I lived in an apartment complex off campus that bordered some woods, and my room faced them. I called my friend Quinn and told him what happened. He came over and told me he figured out it was Brady. This motherfucker stole my number off his roommate's, Andy's, phone and went through his messages to find my address. I called Andy and I told him, and he said Brady wasn't home and didn't think he'd do something like that. Then I asked if that was his number, and he said yeah. So it basically confirmed everything. I then called the cops because I felt unsafe knowing what this guy had already done. When they arrived, I explained the situation and they went to Brady's place. Come to find out, he had walked to my apartment building so many times through the woods that there was a clear footpath now. In the end, I got a restraining order and he eventually dropped out of the school. The cops asked him why he started stalking and harassing me, and it was because I ignored him. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Holy shit. Oh, that gives me so much anxiety.
Scary. This, I feel like after this episode, I'm like, we need to not that we don't lock our doors, but like, we're putting like a chair against our fucking door tonight. I know. So scary. The path in the woods.
And it makes you think about every time that like we've given out our number and we're just like, I'll never hear from him, or I'll just never respond.
Yeah.
But these people have our information now.
I don't give my number at all because I'm not saying because of that, because like of course my mind doesn't naturally go to that depth, but think about the people on Raya who you give your number out to. Like, we just don't know. Fair.
We don't know their temper.
Totally fair. Like, if I did end up breaking it off with them. Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I do wait a long time to give dating app people my number though. Like, I wait till we're having like a good old dandy convo, or I just look up something about them. Like, you know, we can research more than just the conversation you have with somebody.
Of course.
It's just
in this person, she wasn't even the guy that she gave her number to.
Yeah. This freaky.
Just like happened upon her.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm scared.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry.
Fuck.
I hope you feel safe now. And I'm glad the cops went and looked at least, because I often hear like cops don't do anything unless they tried to harm you,
right,
or showed up on your premises or something like that. Like he technically hadn't tried to harm her, so I can see
probably saw the woods next to her apartment and we're like, fuck that.
They're like, yeah, we gotta check that out. Yeah. Oh God.
Shit.
Terrifying.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no.
No, I know. It's this episode is less of like giving advice, because like these are stories. This is more of us just reacting to them and sharing our story.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is a good lead into mine.
Oh, good. Is this your last one?
Yes.
Okay,
my last one. Hey dudes, my name is Autumn. No need to keep me anonymous. First, I wanted to let y'all know that the Storytime episode was so interesting and had me gripping my steering wheel the whole car ride home.
Be careful.
Love the format and would totally be down for more episodes like that. Now, you asked for any stalker stories, and boy, do I have one. So my boyfriend and I have been together for 8 years now. We started dating my junior year of high school, his senior year. Back then, I was living with my parents still, and being that they were super strict, I was only able to see my boyfriend for holidays, or if there were other people around. Wow. So for Christmas, my parents let him come over to my house to exchange gifts. He got me a cute shirt with a leather jacket and some shoes. After our date was over, and he went home about 9 p.m., I went into my room to try on my new outfit. As I'm changing, I go to grab a hanger from my closet and pass by my window. I was shirtless. My curtains were closed, but there was a slight crack, and as I'm walking by, I glance out the window and see a shoe leaning on my windowsill outside. I quickly run into my closet and try to peek out without being seen. I can't really see anything, so I grab my phone and call my mom to go into my brother's room right next door to secretly look out his window to see if someone was really there. Sure enough, not only is there a man standing outside my window getting off to me changing my clothes, but it turned out to be my 40-year-old next door neighbor, a married man with a son the same age as my youngest brother, someone we had invited into our home many times. Once my mom realized who it was, she screamed his name, he saw her, and ran back to his house. She called the cops and made me go wait in her room. I had called my boyfriend and explained the situation to him. We live in a small town in South Louisiana, so as soon as I told him, he had gathered up his best friends and they were on their way to kick this dude's ass.
Oh, God.
Luckily, the cops got there before my boyfriend and his squad did. When the perv was questioned by authorities, he admitted that he had watched me, and apparently it was more than once. We placed a restraining order, I switched rooms, and from then on, I changed in our bathroom that had no windows until I moved out. It makes me sick thinking of how many times he had been there without me knowing. Still to this day, when I go over to my mom's to visit, I get the heebie-jeebies. So yeah, that happened. Not sure if you guys will get this message, but if so, I want y'all to know that y'all rock. You two have truly been such a joy to listen to, and I feel like I can vouch for many others when I just say thank you for being yourselves and creating content that's relatable and entertaining at the same time. Keep on keeping on, Autumn.
Why did that make me tear up? Hold on. That actually made me tear up, the ending there. Thank you. That was really fucking sweet.
Thank you, Autumn. Also, shit. Just like in the comfort of your own home, changing your shirt and then seeing a shoe outside your windowsill.
Why was the shoe there, you think?
I think he was up. I think he was up on the windowsill. Like,
Oh!
So
I thought it
his
was a
shoe.
removed shoe.
No.
And then he was like shoeless.
I think
in the
that's what
distance.
she saw was his shoe. Like he was up on the windowsill, like peeking in.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know why, but my first reaction would be to bang on the window.
Yeah. No, I think my first reaction would, sure, like you did the right thing going to get like your mom and
Running
whatnot,
away. Yeah.
I feel like I would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I would have reacted.
I would have. Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to run away.
I verbally screamed out loud.
Yeah. Like I feel like I would have just gone off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's something else. And he's been in their house too. Like
yeah.
It's not just like this bypasser. Like it's
the creepy neighbor.
he knows your name and stuff. Like, oh, what an invasion. I'm so fucking sorry. That's
Wait.
what?
Oh my God.
What?
This I don't know if I've ever told you this story. Can we sidebar real quick?
Sure. What?
Okay. Whoa, weird fucking coincidence. This was probably back in like 2016. I was still with my ex and I was sleeping over at his sister Ophelia's house.
Okay.
And we went out to the bars and we get back home and we're laying in bed, but while we were at the bars, her neighbor came and met up with us. You were there that night. Do you remember when you and your ex came and met me and Nate at the bar?
What bar?
Jack's Taps.
Jack's Taps.
Behind Jack's? Pleasant on Crescent? Come on. You were in town and you met me at Jack's Taps.
I have no memory of anything.
Shit.
Wait, keep going. What did I wear?
Oh God, Kristen.
See, okay, here's the thing. I if you tell me what I wear, I know the memory immediately.
I don't know, but you met up with us.
What year?
And remember, Nate's neighbor like came with us, and then we went to what's the one?
Pool tables?
Yeah, no. Yes. He came. He followed us. We went to a few bars, and he came with us.
Yes, I remember us being like, "What do we do now?"
Yes. So we ran into Ophelia's neighbor as we were out bar hopping, and he like kind of tagged along for the rest of the night.
Okay, I do remember this.
Tagged along for the rest of the night, and night goes on, and he is like the kind of like cool older neighbor, but we end up going home, and he like hops in our Uber and he goes home, and then me and Ophelia are like laying in bed like, yo, that was weird. Like he kind of just like joined in with us tonight, and he's like, we were like young, like 21, 22, and he was in his like mid 30s, maybe early 40s, and we're laying in bed, and out her window we hear like laughing and like coughing, and we get up and we like look and we see like a figure kind of run away. We knew for a fact it was him.
Yo,
I can't believe I've never told you this.
What the fuck? Oh,
I'm so glad that came to me. Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't tell me this. Wow. I completely remember that. I remember like we were like this is kind of weird, but like whatever.
Cool,
like we didn't care. Like we were just like, okay.
He wasn't like creeper vibes, but he was just like, you could tell he was drunk, and he was like, yo, you guys look dope, like let's all kick it.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we know you're a neighbor.
Right.
But then he followed
the
us
ulterior motive
back to the house and was hanging out outside the window. Okay,
I
sorry.
don't like that.
Big sidebar, but
that was quite the connection. Okay. I literally paused this episode to go get popcorn. Wow. This episode reminded me of an insane circumstance that happened to me about 4 years ago. My boyfriend, Ben, now husband, worked at a local water park during summer break in college. All the ladies would swoon all over him, and let me tell you, I got so lucky with this man. Hey, he got lucky with you too. Just saying. The looks and his sense of humor makes everyone instantly like him. There was a girl who would come to the pool every day, and my husband was so nice to everyone and would make conversation with anyone. This girl read a bit too far into it and began to want to talk to him every day. Another thing you should know about, we'll call her Brit, is she would have seizures. One day while Ben was across the water park, he heard a triple whistle, which means a life-threatening save. He sprints to the accident, and it's Brit in the pool face down having a seizure. Ben and another lifeguard pull her out of the pool and without hesitation begin CPR. Britt begins to turn blue as EMS, I'm assuming EMT. EMT arrive, but Ben was able to keep her heart beating. It's amazing. Fast forward to a couple days later, Ben gets a Facebook message from Britt. She somehow found out Ben was the one that saved her life. She constantly messaged him about how thankful she was that Ben saved her life, and she felt that she owed him something. He responded back very politely and was saying he was just doing his job, that he's glad she's okay, but there was no need to pay back anything. I got a bit concerned with the amount of messages she continued to send and that she kept pouring out her entire life story to him and would even message him at 2 a.m. She continued to dig further and tell Ben that I was an idol to her as she was growing up. Mind you, I had never had any contact with this girl. I just knew that she went to the same high school as my boyfriend. She's 3 years younger than us. Things started getting scary when I saw her everywhere. We would be out on date nights, and she would be at every restaurant we were at. Ben said it was just a coincidence, but she would also walk past my house with her service dog. Ben drove a very recognizable car and was parked outside my house, and she would only walk by when Ben's car was over. I told Ben it was getting ridiculous as I knew she lived about 3 miles from my house. I did some research. Things crossed over the line about 3 weeks after the pool incident. My mom was walking the dog and she ran into the house and panicked. She said there was a woman outside her house on the ground and wasn't breathing. Everyone runs outside and I run to my room and get my CPR mask. Ben and I were both lifeguards. I run outside and I see Ben's starting CPR and it's Britt. I could not believe my eyes. I started shaking. We all worked to get her to breathe again while I called 911. The ambulance arrived and she still had not regained consciousness. After she was taken to the hospital, I told Ben this was too far and I'm really scared. A week goes by and she's walking past my house again, and this time she just sits down in my yard. Ben was not over, but was stopping by after work. I was half furious and half scared. I really wanted her to get lost. My dad finally went outside and told her that he knew who she was and she needed to stop. She then confessed to my father that she was in love with Ben and that he was her savior. We considered filing a restraining order, but after my dad spoke with her, she stopped stalking Ben, and we had only seen her a few times since, and I always look at her straight in the eyes so she knows that I do see her. It was the craziest thing that had ever happened, and I immediately thought about it when you ladies were talking about crossing lines. Love you ladies so much. So, yeah, wild story.
Whoa.
The crossing line thing, I mean, like you just said, that is what this story is. Like, I totally, he did save her life, and I do get her reaching out and thinking, I mean.
And feeling the need to.
Sure. But
give
it
him
was
some kind of credit.
Right, but it was more than a message. It was, like,
going,
as you heard,
like,
the restaurants,
yeah,
and outside
going
the house.
and sitting in your lawn.
It's intense. That's very intense. It's, you know, we're not going to sit here and criticize her actions because who knows where they stemmed from, but, like, it's crazy that what you don't know about a person's reactions to something. It's just like, oh, it's scary.
I'm glad it kind of only took your dad talking to
Yeah,
her, because that's
absolutely. That's how it was with like even you, like you didn't want to make Sarah lose her job. You know, it was more of just like, let's just stop
Put an
this.
end to it.
Yeah, and that's better than someone losing their job,
of
or
course,
you know,
such
anything.
drastic reactions.
Right, which I think, because you have a heart, and the story I just read, her dad has a heart, you know, not just gonna straight go to the cops. It's just
Right.
like human to human, you got it. We got to draw the line, and I respect that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you're safe. I'm
Oh.
glad you and Ben are safe. I'm glad nothing has happened since. Oh my God, crazy story though. That's my last one.
Shit. Whoa, these are crazy.
These were crazy. Everybody lock your fucking doors tonight. Oh
Ugh.
gosh. And be careful giving out your number to people, and close your windows while you get dressed. I need to do that.
Okay.
I have a big ass like glass sliding door in my room.
And she's on the 3rd floor, so like anyone.
Yeah, like 2 blocks away can see. Like I'm like up in the air.
Clear daylight.
Yeah.
Direct sun.
I just like I don't care about being naked, but then after reading these stories, I'm like,
There are people out there who like seek that, and then
Yes.
it grows into other like obsessions that you just don't know where it could lead to.
Right. Like I don't care if like someone on the street accidentally looks up and sees me naked and is like, oh shit, I just saw somebody naked in their house.
Right.
But like if someone was like I'd be like, okay, that's.
I bet you there's someone with like fucking binoculars.
Stop!
Okay, sorry.
Because I really like the natural light. I don't want to get blinds.
Shades.
I don't want to. The natural light in my room is beautiful, you guys.
Okay,
I just don't want to ruin that.
Think
my
about
well-being.
Joe Schmo up in a tree like 2 blocks away looking at you.
Fuck, you're right. No, you're right. I can't even laugh about it.
We
You're
just
absolutely
got neighbors in like the complex next to us,
I'm
and
done.
we could like always. It was an empty unit for the longest time.
right. Yeah.
We could always look into it, and like it took them like 2 weeks to realize that we constantly are like looking in that unit for them to get shade.
So like right when like Alex and our rooms are on the 3rd floor, living room's on the 2nd floor. So we're going up to our room all the time. The window's like right there. It's in our line of sight. So the amount of times we got eye contact with them before they put in these shades.
And there's been a couple of times where we've like run downstairs naked.
Absolutely. To go to the laundry room because
Yeah.
it's on the 2nd floor. Like I do that. I walk around in like booty shorts all the time.
It took them like a
fucking
good
wearing
week
them
and a
now.
half to get shades. I think we need shades.
I don't want to. I really love the natural light in our house. I don't know. Maybe we should just start wearing clothes. How about that?
Right. So many people have seen us naked.
When we did a shoot for Oddvice, the podcast. You guys
Correct.
heard of it? The shoot we did in our big like black gowns. We also did a couple pictures in denim with no shirt.
Yeah.
And we were downtown LA, so everybody's down there. And I think it was during the Black Lives Matter
So
marches.
there
and
were
everything,
actually like people in the
walking the
street,
streets constantly.
and we were out on a balcony
topless,
like
Just,
taking
like-
like a cute picture, like
And people were just like, yeah. But like, I don't know.
That's fine. That was a one-time incident where we
Right.
were clearly like, it was photo shoot energy. Like, this is us just like walking or innocently, vulnerably walking around our house.
You're right.
Booty ass
You're
naked.
right. I'm like, we all have boobies. We all have a butt. Like, it's just a body, but you're right. I get it's the
Totally.
motive of the other person on the receiving end. I totally get
Right.
it. All right. Please
Wear clothes and lock your doors.
Please link down below your favorite shade companies.
Yeah.
I actually need
Because we need something cute. I'm not going to put like
dentist office shades.
could you imagine?
Dentist office aesthetic.
The ones that you like.
You twist the thing. I just spit so much. Oh my God, I'm salivating so much this episode, you guys. All right, we'll end it there. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Lock your doors. Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Wear clothes.
Next episode. It's either the next episode or the one after that. It's gonna be a pretty insane episode. Should we just tell them what we're doing?
We're getting drunk.
We're getting drunk. We have a drunk
I think
episode.
this is the next episode.
Yeah, I think we'll
The
be
next
posting,
episode.
but we'll see. It's in the next 2 episodes. A drunk episode. We're gonna play some truth or drink. So send us questions. if
Yeah.
you, like
where do we want them?
well, we're gonna put something on our Instagram story.
But start brainstorming.
Yeah, brainstorm some good truth or drink questions.
Do some research.
We were gonna just play the actual game. I think it's Cut that makes it, but I think those questions are a little too generic. I feel like we want you guys
want
to ask
pertain
them
to us.
so that because you guys want the answers.
Right.
Like, what questions do you want the answers to? So, you know what? Comment them down below. Comment down below truth or drink questions on this YouTube video. If you're listening audio only, just DM us wherever. We're at Oddvice Podcast
Yeah, we'll
everywhere.
find it.
Absolutely. We check everything all the time. So, yes, we do see all your messages. And they're very nice. It's always really nice messages. But yeah.
Thanks for still hanging out with us.
Yeah, this is cool. We love our podcast advice. Thanks you guys so much for listening. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate us 5 stars. If you're watching us on YouTube, comment down below. Like we said, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications. You know what to do, but we will see you Monday. We love you so much.
Drunkenly.
Peace out, guys.
Bye. Sorry.